The young girl, with a slightly anxious look in her bright pink eyes, turns to the leader and apologizes sincerely. "Leader, I'm really sorry," she says quickly. "I brought my makeup in my bag. Before going on stage, I'll just put on a little makeup." Her leader lets out a quiet sigh, but eventually agrees. "All right, please be a little flexible," she responds. The girl clutches her arm tightly, relief and determination flickering in her expression. Outside the building, a crowd has already gathered. People stand in neat lines, dressed elegantly. The air is filled with excitement and whispers as everyone waits for the event to begin. Two women whisper to each other excitedly. One leans in, her eyes sparkling. "I heard there will be a big character coming here to attend," she says. "It seems like a rich man from Dongling." The other woman raises an eyebrow, a skeptical smile forming. "Are you exaggerating? Every year, it's just the directors of small businesses and school principals who come. How could they possibly have the chance to meet a real rich man?" Suddenly, the sound of a car stopping echoes through the street. "Brave!" All heads turn toward the entrance as a sleek black luxury car appears. "Wow, that's the latest model car," someone gasps as the sunlight reflects off its polished surface. "It's the latest model this year. There's only one like this in the world. The price can reach up to 50 million yuan." The car door opens slowly. A tall man in a perfectly tailored suit steps out with a calm, commanding presence. His polished shoes hit the ground first, followed by a confident stride. Gasps ripple through the crowd. "Oh, he's so handsome, I almost can't breathe," someone exclaims dreamily, as out in the sunlight. Meanwhile, away from the crowd, the girl heads toward the restroom. The sign above the door shows it's the ladies' room, the perfect place to fix her makeup and prepare for what's ahead. Outside the restroom door, the girl lets out a long breath, whispering a quiet phew. Her heart slowly calms down as she mentally prepares for the event ahead. Suddenly, her friend bursts in with excitement, eyes wide. "Congress is about to begin! Let's go! Leader has already arranged seats for us," she exclaims eagerly. The girl straightens up, nodding with determination. "Sure," she replies, ready to face what's coming next. The girls enter the grand hall, each holding a bottle to serve the guests. The room is buzzing with chatter, and the girl's thoughts echo in her mind. "The serve area that Leader has arranged for me is..." But the moment she realizes where she's been assigned, her face goes pale. Lightning flashes in the background, amplifying her shock. Her grip loosens. The bottle slips from her trembling hands, falling through the air. The glass shatters on the ground with a loud crash. Red wine spills like blood, spreading fast. Across the room, the man in the elegant suit sits calmly, a faint smirk on his face. Her heart skips a beat. It's him! He leans back confidently in his chair, his presence dominating the entire space without needing to say a word. The girl clutches her chest, still shaken. Who is he actually? Why does he come here? Questions swirl in her mind as their paths are about to cross once again. She clutches her wrist tightly, trying to calm herself down. Her breath comes out shaky, as if she's trying to hold back the fear rising inside her. Her friend notices and frowns. "What's wrong with you? Don't tell me. That guy has hypnotized you with his charm?" Her words are half joking, half serious, but the worry in her eyes is real. The girl looks over her shoulder, heart racing. She spots the man sitting at the front of the hall, his presence pulling all the air out of the room. "No," she thinks frantically. "I need to get out of here. Fast." Suddenly, their leader storms over, furious. "Ka, how could you ruin such a good opportunity?" he roars. "Why are you still standing there? Go and change. Are you trying to make a bad impression on our customers?" She lowers her head, frozen in place, while her friend stands protectively beside her. The tension is thick in the air as footsteps approach them. Later, in the quiet of their dorm room, her friend's voice softens. "Kaka, what's wrong with you? Are you feeling unwell?"
Concern laces every word. Her friend leans closer, touching her forehead. Or maybe you should just stay in the dorm, she suggests gently. I'll tell the leader for you. But the girl shakes her head firmly. No. Everyone has worked so hard on this cinema plan. I can't let it all fall apart because of me. She takes a steady breath, her voice firm despite her unease. Tell the leader I'm fine. I'll stay behind for now, but once he finishes talking to the company boss, I'll come and help. Her friend finally nods, though worry remains in her eyes. Fine, she agrees quietly. Outside, the sun shines bright, but inside, the girl knows the storm between her and that man isn't over yet.
She walks along the stone path deep in the forest. The sun filters softly through the leaves, creating shifting patterns on the ground. Her thoughts are tangled. Although he probably didn't come here for me, it's better if I stay far away from him. The warm sunlight pierces through the thick leaves above. The forest is calm and quiet, almost as if it's trying to convince her she's safe. She glances over her shoulder, doubt flickering in her bright eyes. Am I just overthinking? She wonders, though her heart still pounds nervously. But just as her mind begins to ease, a pale hand slowly reaches out from behind her, fingers moving with chilling precision. Before she can react, a firm grip covers her mouth from behind. Ah! She lets out a muffled sound, eyes widening in shock. A tall figure looms over her. Her trembling hands press against his, struggling to break free, but his hold remains strong and unyielding, pulling her closer against him. She turns her head and finally sees him, his calm, piercing gaze meeting hers. He leans lazily against a tree, smirking. Surprised to see me? He asks, voice smooth and unsettling. He steps closer, his face lowering to meet hers. It seems your reaction is still as honest as the first time we met, he murmurs, brushing her cheek with the fingertip. She flinches at his touch, her hands shaking uncontrollably. What do you want, after all? She demands, fear and anger twisting inside her. He lifts a strand of her hair, curling it around his finger like a claim. His voice drops low. Do you remember what you still owe me?
Her back presses against the rough bark of the tree as she instinctively raises her arms to protect herself. Her voice trembles, but determination flashes in her violet eyes. I don't owe you anything. I didn't even agree to this, she cries out. Her words carry both fear and defiance, like a fragile shield against the suffocating pressure he's exerting on her. His voice cuts through the air, smooth but laced with venom. Have you forgotten what I said? Don't pretend in front of me. Then, with a smirk, he adds, you were the one who took the initiative to hug me in the KTV karaoke room. You even said you would serve me. The cruel reminder hangs heavily between them, twisting her memories into weapons. He leans closer, one arm pressed firmly against the tree above her head, trapping her completely. His presence is overwhelming, his gaze sharp and unrelenting. She stands frozen beneath him, her breaths shallow, her body tense. He has cornered her, both physically and emotionally. His lips curl into a cold, triumphant smile as he looks down at her. What I said, I did. Now it's your turn, isn't it? His words drip with control, as if this entire encounter is no more than a game he knows he's winning. She looks up at him with wide, frightened eyes. Her lips part slightly, but the words seem stuck in her throat. The tremor in her body betrays the brave face she's trying so hard to keep. Finally, she gathers her strength and speaks, voice shaky but resolute. I told you, I didn't want any kind of covenant. You were the one who forced it. I already refused you before. Her plea echoes desperately into the quiet air, as though trying to reach a heart that may not listen. But instead of stepping back, his smile deepens. He raises a hand, brushing his fingers lightly against her cheek as if claiming ownership. His eyes hold a dangerous amusement, like a predator toying with its prey. "You really don't understand my game rules," he murmurs darkly. "But that's fine. I'll teach you slowly, later." Her voice rises in protest. "This is school. Please, don't act like this." Her fear and desperation spill out, but the weight of his confidence makes her words feel powerless. In an instant, she's pushed back, her body pinned beneath him. The light in her eyes wavers between panic and helplessness as his hand presses against the ground beside her. He looks down, his eyes narrowing like a hunter about to strike. A smirk tugs at the corner of his lips as he leans in even closer. His voice drops to a whisper, thick with insinuation. "It turns out you want me to be more intense, don't you?" Her breath catches, her heart pounding like a trapped bird's. Every word he speaks makes the air around them heavier. Her voice quivers, but she forces herself to sound firm. Someone is coming this way. If you keep doing this, I'll scream," she warns, desperately clinging to the hope that the threat of witnesses will stop him. Her hands are clenched tightly, her heart racing like it's trying to break free from her chest. But his expression doesn't waver. He leans even closer, his eyes sharp, a dangerous glint hiding behind that calm mask. "Your memory doesn't work very well at all," he murmurs coldly, his breath brushing against her skin. The space between them shrinks until she can barely breathe. He lowers his voice, making each word sound like a claim. "I told you, this city is mine. Donglin is my world. If you want to call for help, go ahead and try." A chilling smile crosses his face. "I want to see if anyone would even dare to save you." The weight of his dominance crashes down on her like an iron cage. She freezes as he ignores her protest, pushing her further into the corner. Fear and helplessness swirl inside her as his control tightens like a noose. Her mind screams for a way out, for someone, anyone to appear. But the only sound left in the air is the steady, terrifying rhythm of his voice and the pounding of her own heart.